Well, welcome to the Gavin Newsom Show here on Green 960, and I'm very pleased to have in San Francisco, not just here in studio, someone that I've gotten to know in the last couple of years, someone who's been recognized as a young global leader, whatever that means, but nonetheless an adventurer, an author, a host of a television series that will be out on Sundance Channel very soon, and a triathlete on top of his well-known remarkable exploits, traveling and traversing the world from the Arctic Ocean, from Russia to Canada, to Greenland ice cap, to his work now here in San Francisco to make his way, David, from San Francisco Bay to Sydney Harbor on a boat made of plastic
bottles.
David DeRothschild's my guest. David, what the heck are you thinking? You're heading out.
I'm blushing.
You're blushing?
That was a hell of an intro. Thank you.
You're heading out on a boat called the Plastiki. Where'd you come up with the name?
I thought, what was the one ocean sort of adventure that really captivated a generation, captivated the imagination? And it was the Kon-Tiki. It was this amazing voyage in 1947. Thor Heyerdahl went about saying, I want to build this raft made of balsa wood, basically to prove a theory of sailing from South America, Callao in Peru, all the way to Rangiora in the Pacific Islands. I started reading this article about the fragility of our deep oceans that the United Nations have put out.
Right.
Two basic facts jumped out on me. 46,000 items of plastic on or below every square mile of our oceans. And then some locations, there's a ratio of 6 pieces of plastic to every piece of plankton. And I was like, hang on a second. This can't be true.
Right.
So I started digging around. I started thinking about this. I was like, why doesn't everyone know about this? Why don't we know about the fact that our oceans are basically filling up with trash? We're using it as kind of an out of sight, out of mind dumping ground. So I wanted to go out and find what I considered to be probably the dumbest use of plastic, which is a water bottle. It was one of those items where it's like, really? We're going to spend a quarter of, a bottle of water in oil, making it, chilling it, disposing of it. We're going to throw out 80% just into landfill or into our oceans. We're using loads of water to make these bottles that carry only a fraction of the water used to make it. So that became my pinup. That became the kind of the icon of the project. And so I went about saying, well, why don't we try and build a boat made entirely of plastic bottles? And this is what this whole program is trying to do is, as I said, is try and showcase smart solutions, closed loop design, intelligent use of plastics, and really trying to epitomize a Planet Point 2.0 way of thinking.
You're listening to David DeRothschild here on the Gavin Newsom Show on Green 960, and we're talking about David's next adventure from San Francisco Bay to Sydney Harbor. It's you and who else? We
have a crew of 6. It's going to be a rolling crew. We're still, and this is a little bit of a call out here. We're still looking for a co-skipper. So we're looking for somebody who's got sailing experience. So if you're a sailor out there and you think you've got the resume of sailing a crazy,
you've got a couple months to go and you're
boat.
Still looking for a co-skipper. This is dangerous. This is not, no one's ever done this. This technology is new, as you're saying. There's no real best practices out there. It's a 60-foot catamaran. The Pacific Ocean's notorious for being hardly friendly.
Thanks, buddy. You're really making me feel good right now.
What is it? How is this thing powered?
It's totally wind.
Wind.
It's all wind powered. There's no engine on board. We've tried to basically showcase as many sustainable solutions as possible.
When you look back at this in the remaining couple moments we have, what do you hope people take away from this? I mean, you talk about idea ecology. The component of education is obviously front and center. Issues of plastic water bottles. But what at the end of the day, safe trip, everybody makes it back and in one piece, literally, not just figuratively. What do you hope to have achieved?
Well, I think it's twofold. I think the first is continuing to raise consciousness and really helping to inspire people with the solutions and saying, now's the time to stop articulating problems and start moving to solutions. And that's what the Plastiki really personifies, is a smart way of thinking. And secondly, we are going to be launching a global contest to beat waste. So the day the Plastiki leaves to the day it finishes, we're saying to the global community out there, if you have a smart way of beating waste, and it falls into the category of science, marketing, art and design, research and technology, in other words, it's a smart way of beating waste, then enter, and there's an opportunity for us to help you with your program. So we basically, as I said, nobody's as clever as everybody. We need the support of as many people as possible, and let's hopefully start a movement. You're on board, Gavin, right?
I'm on board till the Golden Gate Bridge.
You heard it here.
Well done. My guest today, the Gavin Newsom Show, has been David DeRothschild, and I hope people do log on to the website and learn more about this extraordinary adventure and the opportunity truly to begin to really raise consciousness and awareness. So we're not just dreaming, but we're actually doing, we're manifesting some of the change we need to see, particularly as it relates to waste streams and plastic water bottles and consumption and the environmental impacts associated with it. David, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Gavin.